morning, dear friends. Welcome back to Ismail's English class. My dear friends, as you know very well that yesterday we have started a poem called Upagupta. In that poem, very clearly we have understood about the Upagupta. Who is this Upagupta and from where he has traveled and where he has stayed out. And the person one who has met with him, who is that person and what are the activities that person was doing. Everything very clearly we have discussed. As we know very well that this Upagupta, he was none other than the disciple of Lord Buddha. So being a monk, it was his duty to visit village to village, door to door for conveying the message of Lord Buddha. So in that manner itself, he has visited once to the Mathura. So there beside of a Mathura's wall, when he was laid down at night, it was a bleak night. That bleak night, in a sense, we can understand it was completely covered with the dark, and every corner of the Mathura city, the lamps were out, then the doors were shut. So during that moment, a lady, one who was moving towards her home, she's been stuck by the road, and she could find that a person was laying on the roadside wall. So when she is understanding that person, he is none other than the ascetic. Ascetic, in a sense, a tattvi, or else we can call him as a tapasvi, or even you can call him as a monk, sage. Many names you can consider him in doubt. So that sage was none other than Upagupta itself. The lady, when she is lowered the lamp in front of the Upagupta, by watching his beautiness, she has become mesmerized. Then after a while, she started to ask him, or she's been offered him to be visit her home. Then Upagupta, he said to her that, my dear lady, the time will come, when the time or the particular moment will come, that by the moment I'll be there at your home, need not to worry. He said these things to the most beautiful lady, one who has been on the blue color attire, blue color dancing dress, and that lady was none other than Vasavadatta. So finally the lady, she is become a little scared because of the thundering and the lightning sound. It was almost to be get rain. So now the lady, she is moving towards her home, and as the Upagupta has made a promise to the lady that he is going to visit her home, when he is visiting and what are the things are going to take place with the Upagupta or Vasavadatta, those all the things we are going to continue in today's poem. So let's move towards the stanza number 6 onwards, which is being mentioned in the next page. You can find it out. Okay. A year has not yet passed. So after making these discussions, not even 1 year has passed within 1 year itself. It was evening of the day in April. In spring season, the branches of the wayside trees were full of a blossom. The gay notes of the flute came floating in the warm spring air from afar. Okay, my dear friends, you can understand the things which is being mentioned here. Whereas the last stanza, we notice that when the Upagupta met with the Vasavadatta, then we understood that the conversation in between of them, how it was and how the atmosphere. The atmosphere was completely dark or the bleak, and after that it was almost to get rain. And now soon after 1 year, once again when the Upagupta has visited to the same Mathura city, there what are the changes are there and how the atmosphere is there. So about that it is being mentioned in the stanza number 6. You can find it out. A year has not yet passed. So after completion of the first incident, before visiting to the Vasavadatta, the Upagupta, he is not been yet a year has been completed. Then it was the evening of the day in April. So usually we can find that April month, in a sense, there we can find it out. It will be a spring season. So the blossoms will be there, then again cool air will be there, that we can call it out as a breeze, which can make everyone to feel comfortable one. So in that cool air or in that breeze, in that comfortable atmosphere, when Upagupta was moving in the city of Mathurai, again it is being continued about the atmospherical things. The branches of the wayside trees were full of blossoms. So then again, when he started to walk in the city of Madurai, the trees which is being made up of in surrounding the roadside of that Madurai city, the branches of those trees were completely covered with the blossoms, completely covered with the flowers and all, as if it is going to be give the flower shower to the Upagupta. You can imagine the things that, my dear friend, that once if he is moving in the city or else in the roadside of the Mathura city, so by the time the blossoms or the wind which is making Upagupta to be a feel very comfortable one, and the moment when he start to walk out, so the trees which are there in roadside, those trees the branches are showering a flower on him. So that imaginations we can make it out in this stanza. Then again, let us continue that the gay notes of the flute came floating in the warm spring air from from afar. See the things that gay notes, in a sense, the notes or else the happiest tune. Suppose if somebody is going to be flute it out or somebody is singing some melodious song, so after listening that melodious song, we feel as if we are going to be get complete relaxed. So in that manner itself, the air which was blowing that particular evening, it was the month of April, spring season it was there, when Upagupta was started to make a walkout in the city of Mathura. The blossoms were started to shower on him, and the air it was fluting, or the air it was moving as if the flute sound it is going to reach into the ear. I think most of you might have ever heard the flute sound, and most of you maybe get attracted towards the flute sound because it is such a wonderful, or it is such a gay note. Gay, in a sense, here we need to understand G-A-Y, gay. Gay, in a sense, this word it indicates about the happy. Okay, G-A-Y, gay, in a sense, happy. The happiest notes which are coming out with the help of air from the afar areas, from a little far areas, it used to reach into the ears of Upagupta. Then let us see that Upagupta passed through the city gates and stood at the base of the rampart. See the things that which is being mentioned very clearly. When Upagupta he started to move in the city of Mathura, so when he was passing, when he was moving in the city gates of the Mathura, at one particular area he just stood out. He just comfort himself, and that area we can give a name as a rampart. Here the word rampart it is using for the great wall which is being exactly located to the whatever you can consider it out, whether it is a fort or else you can consider it out whether it is a bungalow or it is a big building. So beside of that big building or beside of the fort, beside of the bungalow, there was the greatest wall, and attached to that greatest wall a lady was sleeping. So while watching that lady, Upagupta he stuck his foot for a while there itself. Then was that a woman laying at his feet in the shadow of the mango grove? When he was moving ahead, and he could find it out, there was a mango tree, and exact under of that mango tree, beside to this wall, a lady was laying down there. So Upagupta, when he was walking out, and he found that there was a lady one who is laying down there. He's got a little confused over that. ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಉಪಗುಪ್ತನಿಗೆ ಚಿಂತೆ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಈ ಮ್ಯಾಂಗೋ ಗಿಡದ ಹತ್ತಿರದೊಳಗಡೆ ಆ ನೆರಳಿನೊಳಗಡೆ ಈ ಗೋಡೆಗೆ ತಾಕ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ಹೆಣ್ಮಗಳು ಮಲ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದಾಳಲ್ಲ, the same feeling which he has been, the same area where he has slept in the last 1 year, and the last 1 year the lady one who has nourished him. Now you can see the things that how it become a vice versa. In place of the Vasavadatta, now we can keep Upagupta, and in place of the Upagupta, let us keep the Vasavadatta. Only this is only the little difference, but in this difference we can find how drastically things are there. So let's move towards the stanza number 7. Stuck with the black. See the words that pestilence. The word pestilence, in a sense, it's a sort of a disease which is going to be make the person to feel as if he is going to die. Which because of this disease, you can find it out on your body part, on your face. There will be the black spots, and through that you can imagine that how ugly the person can look. Everywhere there will be a little black spots will be there, and through that you can get you can feel it out. The pus is going to be come out, or from another corner of that pastille you can find that there is a bleeding. So that sort of the things, after watching that, any good person he may feel irritated to watch that particular person, or else he may feel that as if he is going to be get omitted one. So that situation it was that the lady one was laying beside of the wall. She has been suffered from the pestilence disease. Okay, her body is spotted with the source of a smallpox. Her entire the body it is completely covered with the smallpox, and as an effect of that, the body was bleeding from one side or another smallpox corners. We can find that it was pussing it. So through these things, you can understand that how uglily that lady was looking, and moreover, this was the disease which is being considered as a contagion disease. I mean to say, which can spread from one person to another person. Now, you people are taking rest at your home because of this contagion disease. We are facing this, the C19. What is the C19? COVID-19, what we can call. Because of this COVID-19, we are all suffered a lot, and most of us are staying at home, and whenever we want to go out, we are wearing the mask with complete protection. So we are going, because this is the disease which we can call it as a contagion, which can be spread from one person to another person. If I have the COVID, if I am coughing in front of you, or else if I sneeze in front of you, the little spat of this sneeze, it is going to reach on your body, or else if my cough a little spread, it is going to be reach on your body, you may affect it. Okay, so because of this reason, so we are keeping away these kind of people. Therefore, the word we have used as a quarantine, the word quarantine, separating the persons or isolating the persons, making him to be solitary one. So that all the things we can do it out, because we want to get protection of ourselves. The person who has been suffering from this contagion disease, we are keeping them away from us. In the same manner, nowadays we are listing that quarantine word we have given, then again we are making that separations, segregations we are making, or else we can call it out as the solitary, we can call it out, though it is being used nowadays, but before this also, there was a certain incident through which the people were keeping such type of the people away from them. Okay, so that better example we can find it out in this lesson itself. The lady one was suffering from the pestilence disease, you can find. Okay, the lady one was suffering from the pestilence disease. She is being kept out from the town. So others were not able to see her, others were not able to touch her, because they were afraid for their life. If they see her, if they touch her, if they just find the breath of her, if it is reaching to them, in a sense, they may feel, or they may get the same disease. So due to this reason, they had thrown her away from the area. She was hurriedly driven away from the town. Then immediately the people of the Mathurai, they had thrown her away from the town, and they made her to be isolated in out of the area where the people are not going to be remain. To avoid her poisonous contagion, to avoid the poisonous contagion, the disease which she has got, it should not spread to others. So for avoiding her, for avoiding that lady, the people had made her to be a segregated one. The ascetic sat by her side, took her head on his knee. Now the ascetic, tapasvi, what we can call sadhu, sannyasi, the person to whom we are so far known as Upagupta. ಸೊ ಉಪಗುಪ್ತ ಹೆಣ್ಮಗಳ ಪಕ್ಕದೊಳಗಡೆ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಕುಷ್ಠರೋಗದಿಂದ ಬಳಲ್ತಾ ಇರುವಂತಹ ಹೆಣ್ಮಗಳ ಪಕ್ಕದೊಳಗಡೆ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಂಡು ಆಕೆ ತಲೆಯನ್ನ ತಮ್ಮ ತೊಡೆ ಮೇಲೆ ಹಾಕಿ ಆಕೆ ತಲೆಯನ್ನ ಸವರ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತಾರೆ. ವೇರ್ ದ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಮೈ ಡಿಯರ್ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್, ವೇರ್ ದ ಪೀಪಲ್ ವೇರ್ ಹೆಸಿಟೇಟೆಡ್ ಟು ಟಚ್ ಹರ್, where the people were hesitating to move closer to her, whereas this Upagupta, the sannyasi, he is taking her head and he is keeping her head on his knees and started to smearing the head very slowly and smearing her lip very slowly. See the things that, and moistened her lips with the water and smeared her body with the sandal balm. Now finally Upagupta, he has taken a little drop of water into his palms, and those drop of water he is going to be get moisturing. With the help of that water, he is making that lady to drink it out. He is going to be put the water into the lip of that lady, because we know very well that the lady, she is been suffering from such a disease which we can call it as a contagion. Nobody is ready to touch her, nobody is ready to help her. So she is being thrown out from the city area. There she was not having a food to have, food to consume. There she was not having a water to drink to survive. So through these things we can understand the lady was suffered a lot. So as her lips become wet, which was indicating she was thirsty. So for satisfying her thirstiness, Upagupta, he has taken some water and he started to moisture that water into the lip of that lady, and he has taken the sandal balm, the sandal balm, what we can call, see the word BALM, we should be pronounce it as a balm, though the L word it is been remaining as a silent, but the pronunciation when it comes up, balm we are calling, the jandu balm we are calling, or else some other names are there, which I am not that much of a familiar with these things, but still, okay, the sandal balm, sandal ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಈ ಗಂಧದ ಕಟ್ಟಿಗೆಯನ್ನು ತೆಗೆದುಬಿಟ್ಟು ಅದರಿಂದ ಬರುವಂತಹ ಒಂದಿಷ್ಟು ರಸವನ್ನು ತಗೊಂಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಆ ಹೆಣ್ಮಗಳ ಮೈಗೆಲ್ಲ ತಿಕ್ತಾರೆ ಉಪಗುಪ್ತ. ಓಕೆ, ಸ್ಮೇರ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಒರೆಸುವುದು, the word you can understand that, the smeared, which this word it has come even in the 10th standard also, but there you can understand it out later. Let's move to the last stanza where we can reveal many suspenses. Who is this lady? And moistened her lips with the water and smeared her body with the sandal balm. Who are you, merciful one? Now that lady, by folding her hand, by she is going to beg in front of Upagupta, she asked him that, oh my dear Lord, who are you? The most merciful person. May I know who are you? She asked to Upagupta. Then the Upagupta's answer is very quite natural. He has been saying that the time at last has come to visit you, and I am here, replied the young ascetic. So the young sadhu, sannyasi, tapasvi, he is replying to the lady, oh my dear lady, I had promised you, hope you might be remembered that last year when I was laying beside of this wall, you offered me to visit your home. Then I told you that when the time will ripe, the exact, this is what the word they have used, ripe in a sense, when exactly the time will be there, by the time I will come to you. Now he is replying the things that, my dear lady, now the time has come. Last year I promised you that when you will be in need, then I will be there for helping you. Now I am here to help you. So through these things we can understand that that lady was none other than Vasavadatta itself. The lady one was laying beside of her, beside of the wall, she was none other than the Vasavadatta. Once upon a time, 1 year ago, one was looking such a beautiful one. With her the beautiness, she was making everyone to feel the mesmerized one, and each and everyone were the fan of her beauty, and each and everyone were taking an opportunity, at least once they wanted to talk with the Vasavadatta. The opportunity, the time has completely diversified the thing, and after 1 year we can find it out, the lady one who has been feeling a lot of pride about her beauty, now her beauty has completely spoiled. She is going to cry a lot. At least one should talk to her with mercifulness. Hope you are understanding, my dear friend. The conclusion of this story it is that don't feel the pride on the things which you have with you, because nothing is permanent in this world. If you have money with you, then don't feel that I am the much richest one. Who knows that today it may be there with you, tomorrow it may not be with you. If you are having a lot of beauty in you, then don't feel pride about the beauty, because it is not a permanent one. If you want to make a beautify of yourself, then please make beautification of your soul rather than the body. By saying these things, I am going to sign out. This is your Ismail sir. I will meet with you all in the next class with my next lessons. Till then, please stay safe and stay fine at your home. Thank you for watching.